I'm back. Hello, my name is Sophia, and I am back with a part 2 of my last video, where I turned Genshin Impact characters into Sonic the Hedgehog characters. Doing 2 per video. I actually did 3 in this video, and that's because the first 2 I wasn't too happy with, so I decided to do a third one, and I do like the third one better than the other 2. I just feel like I could have done better at them. Like, one of them I feel like I could have done better at drawing it, and the other one I feel like I could have done a more impressive or more interesting design. That one kind of ended up being a little boring, but I didn't want to have to redraw them completely because I'm tired. So we're just gonna stick with it. Know if what I'm doing is punishable by crucifixion, because the Sonic fandom kind of doesn't like the Genshin fandom, so gonna have to watch out for that. And yeah. Okay, first character is Sino. So Sino was the one that I wanted to do the most out of the 3 that are gonna be in this episode, I guess you can call it. But so I loved the sketch. I really loved his sketch. The line art I liked, but then it just went downhill from there. I don't hate how this one looks. I like it. I just don't love it. It's like, it's okay. It's okay. That's what it is. Okay. This drawing took me 2 hours. Just over 2 hours. The last one with Lily and Lynette took me 5 hours because, well, there were 2 characters and 1 illustration, so of course it took me like almost double the time of just like 1 character. So as for the animal I decided to make him, just so you know, the other 2, I did decide to make cats, and there are reasons for why I decided to make them cats. And I will get to those reasons. But I made him a jackal because in the game, his helmet is based off of Anubis, which is the Egyptian god of death. If you have watched Peabody and Sherman, you would know that. Watching Peabody and Sherman, it makes you smart. I just bumped my nose. Hurt. But yeah, his helmet is based off of Anubis. And I searched up, like, I don't know if this is correct or not, but I googled it, and Google said that Anubis was a jackal. So I made him a jackal. For, yeah, obvious reasons. So I also wanted to draw Sino's weapon, and his weapon looks kind of distorted in here because the canvas that I was using, I probably should have made it a wider canvas. That way it should have either been a wider canvas or like a different position for his arm. In the finished product, you'll see that his arm is going to be very hard to see because it's up against his tail, and his tail and arm are the same color. So yeah, you're just going to be seeing like his weapon like sticking out. It looks kind of weird. That phrase, okay, don't think of that phrase. That phrase just sounded really weird. Anyway, so yeah, his weapon does look a little distorted. I should have made him like holding it up, so like the weapon was standing straight up, because like it would have given more room, and it would look, I feel like it would have looked cooler to have him just like you shall not pass, boom, kind of like that. So yeah, he's a jackal. I referenced Infinite from Sonic Forces, who is also a jackal. You just can't really see it through his weird helmet thingy. Speaking of Infinite, not the best character. I always found it weird how... Okay, first of all, Sonic Forces was a bit of a mess, if you ask me. But Infinite, man, he has a good character design. A really good character design. And a good voice actor. I'd say his voice actor is very good. But I don't know what those 2... Like, the past Sonic writers, I don't know what they were thinking. Like, he was not a good villain. Like, his whole reason for turning evil was because Shadow called him weak. And then he had like a whole hissy fit because he's like, I'm not weak. And he literally he cries like a freaking baby. It's super annoying, but it's the funniest thing ever. But I'm pretty sure he's the only other Jackal character in Sonic the Hedgehog, so I referenced him. So yeah, I was also didn't know what color I should make his fur. Because like Sino, he has more of a tan skin tone. You'll probably see it later toward the end where I do like a side-by-side. But I was trying to figure out like, should I make him more of a tan color or should I make him black? Because I found this really cool picture of like a jackal, like Egyptian jackal, like statue or whatever it was. And it was like black and it had like gold on it. And I thought, we'll just make it black. And that stands for Sino. And let's move on to the next character. Okay, so next we have Wanderer, or Scaramouche, or Scara, or Kabukimono, whatever you want to call him. I call him Scaramouche, but like he's called Wanderer in the game, so I guess that's what we'll refer to him as in this. So, like I said, I made the other two characters cats, and he's one of the other characters that I made a cat. He's also one of the other two that I was a little disappointed in, but the result, I like how I drew him, but I'm not too crazy about the design choices, I guess you could say that I made for this drawing. It wasn't my best effort. And to be fair, I'm pretty sure I started doing this drawing of him at like midnight. So, yeah, I was tired, and I did a sketch late at night, went to sleep, woke up, did everything else. I wish... Now, either way, I was not gonna draw his hat. If you guys know, I'll show what his picture looks like at the end, but his hat, I will never draw that. Even if I'm drawing the actual character, I do not draw his hat. There was one time I did draw the hat, and it was painful. I drew it, but it was painful. And I'm not putting myself through that type of pain again. But I do wish that I had included all the different layers of his outfit. Like this, it's kind of just like the under layers of his outfit. Because like, so we have like the straps and the gloves on his arms. You have like that black tight shirt under, like his tight undershirt. Then you have like the shorts and then the shoes. And I made like his golden feather, like an earring. Because why not? I don't know. I should have added like more layers and like the stuff that comes off like the back of his outfit. It looks super cool. If I were to redo like any of the ones that I've done so far for this, he would be the first one, because I feel like I could have made it more detailed. Right? I thought to myself, well, maybe if I keep it simple, it'll be fine, but no, it was not. Unfortunately. I have to take a lot of pauses and like breaks whenever I'm recording voiceover, because like I recorded the first part of this voiceover like a little while ago today, and then I'm recording all of this now. I talked straight through Sino's whole bit without pausing, I think. I don't know, maybe I did. I don't know, I'll have to go back and check. But I've already had to pause like 2 times right now because my voice gets tired, and yeah, I don't get it, because like when I'm talking normally, and I'm talking for a while, normally my voice doesn't get tired, but when I'm talking like into a microphone like I am now, it is tiring. Very tiring. And I don't know why. I don't know. Now, as for why I decided to make him a cat, if you play the game, you'll know that he is depicted as a kitten. I know that sounds kind of weird, but like, there's like this little storybook kind of scene where like Nahida, who is God of Wisdom in that game, is like telling his story through like a kind of like a storybook kind of thing, and she portrays him as a kitten that lives with his. I know that sounds weird, but if you understood the context of the story, you would understand. Wanderer as a character, now I personally like him. I think he's pretty cool, but other than like, he's a very hard character to like. He's very snarky. I feel like very snarky, very sarcastic, and he has a very sharp tongue. So he's a very difficult character to like, and a lot of people don't like him. I'll probably explain why a little later, but long story short, people started killing kittens because they didn't like. Okay, I'm telling it now. People started killing kittens because they didn't like his character, which is dumb. And now we're on to our final character, who I also portrayed as a cat, and that character is Kale. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, but it's Sino and Tainari. Like, they're like a duo. You gotta put them in the same video. I'll do Tainari some other time. I like to be spontaneous. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really like Tainari. He and Sino are like one of the best duos in the game. They're awesome. But I don't know. I didn't feel like procrastinating on a super crazy design. I say that as like Kale also has a really complicated design. That's how all the Genshin characters are. There's not one character in that game that has a simple design. The simplest design, like, out of like characters, just in all, like that are important to the story and that are like playable in the game, is Paimon. Paimon probably has the most simple design. I might be wrong. There might be people who think other characters have a more simple design. I'd also say Diona, like, her design is simple compared to other designs in the game. It's still not necessarily super simple, but it's simple compared to the other designs, if that makes sense. As for why I made her a cat, her constellation is a cat. That's simple. I did not know her constellation was going to be a cat. I do have her in the game, but like, she's C0. The highest character that I have, like, constellation wise in the game is Beidou. Like, I have like a C5 Beidou. And the thing is, I don't even use Beidou. I feel like I probably should be taking advantage of the fact that I have a C5 Beidou, but I'm not taking advantage of that. But I feel like I should be. So, yeah, C5 Beidou is my, like, that's the highest constellation that I have. Other than that, I have like a C3 Bennett that I don't use anymore, or that I'm trying to get back into using. Oh, and by the way, at this part right here, there's a super long pause in the footage, so you're just gonna be staring at this for a while. I apologize for that. I have no idea why. Like, Ibis, it has like this weird thing where it will like pause just randomly. I think it's because I left my iPad, like, I left the window open for a long time. Maybe that's why. And it's like capturing the footage of me not doing anything. That's probably what it's doing. That's pretty funny if that's what it was doing. Just give it a second. It should stop. And if it doesn't, then I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, her, I don't have any consolation for her. There we go. It stopped. That was weird. I do not know how to get rid of that. If you guys know how to get rid of, like, if you guys know how to do jump cuts and stuff like that, let me know, because I use CapCut, so, like, specifically CapCut. But, like, I'm literally, I have my iPad here. That's what I'm using. I'm using my iPad to edit this, and my AirPods as a mic. I know that's not good, not good at all. But it's what I have. So, gonna have to make the most of it. If you guys hear any background sounds, one, it's probably my air conditioner, because it's loud. Two, my family is pretty loud, because it's during the day. Last when I recorded my other video, it was pretty quiet. So yeah. But yeah, they're in the living room watching a movie right now. I don't know what they're watching. It's probably a Netflix movie. Because like I was out there a couple minutes ago. They were like scrolling through Netflix, looking for something to watch. I think it's because like my dad couldn't find Lord of the Rings anywhere. So yeah, my dad really likes movies like that. It's cool. So we're almost done with Kale here. I was trying to figure out like what color I should make her background. And so I kind of just overlaid purple on top of like that orange and yellow background. And I thought it ended up looking cute. It kind of looks like her eyes. The way it cuts is weird. Anyway, here are the final pictures. I hope you enjoyed this. And I'm gonna go take a nap, so goodbye.